Good morning, it's Ian Koniak, and today, after 12 weeks of being on paternity leave, I am back at Salesforce. And what I wanted to reflect upon is what I learned at paternity leave and why these past 12 weeks have been the best of my life, being able to connect with my family, my new son, and really just slow down. And a few weeks ago, I posted a video on happiness and the keys to happiness, but it's not that simple. It's not like we just can step up and do things that make us happy and all of a sudden the switch is going to go on. Really what it is unlearning habits and thought processes that make us unhappy. So I thought it was appropriate, and especially with salespeople, to talk about why salespeople and people in the sales industry are unhappy to begin with, so we can have some awareness from which to build upon and grow. And I've broken it down to two main reasons. The first is pretty simple. It's that we spend time focusing on what we don't have instead of appreciating what we do have. And what I mean specifically is we believe that we can put our happiness on delay. And when we get that, promotion, or when we get that big bonus, or when we finish, 200% of plan, then we'll be happy. Or we believe that if we buy a house or, have these things that basically are external, then we will be happy. And so what happens is we spend most of our time thinking about what we're not doing and what we're not achieving, rather than recognizing and appreciating what we are doing. So, for example, I just went on a run this morning. I also wrote in my gratitude journal. I'm going to go home and say a prayer, and I'm going to coach for a little bit, and then I'm going to be on the horn with Salesforce the rest of the day. And by the time 9 a.m. hits, I've already done 4 or 5 things that are serving myself or serving others, and that I can be proud of, regardless of what my performance is. So instead of focusing on what I'm not doing and the stress of coming back after 12 weeks, which, believe me, I feel, I'm in a routine that I can recognize the good and take pride in what I have outside of any accomplishments with work. That's the first thing. The second source of unhappiness or misery or pain is beating ourselves up for the things that we are not doing. So it's really easy to talk about all the things that we haven't done. You ever finish the day and you feel like, man, I got nothing accomplished? Or maybe it's a weekend and you just sat on the couch most of the weekend, or it was 3 p.m. and you're finally snapping out of it to be productive. Well, that's a pattern that many people have in sales, and they literally will beat themselves up for what they haven't accomplished, rather than actually thinking about the things that they have accomplished. So when you're always beating yourself up, when you always feel like you're not doing enough, you can never be happy or fulfilled. So the way that you actually change this is, at the beginning of the day, don't try and be perfect. Don't try and do a million things. Don't have a to-do list of 50 things that's going to be impossible to get to. Focus on, hey, what are the top 2 or 3 things that I can do today that will make today an awesome day? Put those in your calendar and execute and actually do those things so that you can be proud. The only way you can get there is if you actually start planning at the beginning of the day and define, what does good look like for my day? This way, at the end of the day, you can look back and say, hey, did I accomplish those things that I set out to do? And if not, how could I make tomorrow better? And you can reflect upon it, and you can go in and be proud of what you accomplished. So when you see yourself thinking, I'm not doing enough, or I don't have enough, or I'm lacking, snap out of it, take a few deep breaths, and immediately think about what you're grateful for and what you can do that you'll feel proud of today, and then get moving. Hope this helps. Have a great one.